Hey, hello. Is it that time again? Man, it's Monday, guys. How you doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and this patchy camera that doesn't want to do right ever is messing up as usual. So that's okay. We'll get it figured out. Let's see. We're going to get this shared out here as usual. Get everything knocked out. Get everything fixed up. That way, we can all get it shared out there to everything that we need to get shared, to where everybody can watch that wants to watch. All right, let's see here. Where is it at? There. Wait, no, there it is. I was like, I can't even see my own video. What? It was so weird. We're gonna tweet it like usual. Bang. Then we're gonna go on here and then we're gonna share it again. We're gonna hit Facebook. And then we're gonna hit bang. And then we're gonna go on here and we're gonna hit Discord for one good final explosion of a sharing. And then it's gonna be right there. We'll hit share. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to go live on Facebook and get everything knocked out for the day. We're getting everything situated here, guys, and I know it's kind of quiet. That's my fault. But we will get it going here in just a second. I promise. I'm waiting on a response from a friend, and then we will. All right, now we're going to go live on Facebook. We're going to hit that button. I'm going to hit that thing. I've been watching a guy on YouTube here recently, and that's what he does in his opening intro. He says, bang! It's just so catchy. It's in my head. Stupid cat. And guys, if you haven't tried this one, you should try it. I very much enjoy it. However, the pretty lady does not enjoy it. Just the ring light wasn't so hot. Even though I changed the direction of it, it still doesn't. This is Yuengling's Hershey Porter. It is a really, really good drink. I bought it a few days ago, and I was like, because at first my cousin tagged me in a post on Facebook, and we were like, this has got to be a fake beer. We have never seen this before. I've never heard of them posting it before. And then I was walking through the store, getting ready to go home the other day, and they had them. Really good beer. Has a lot of flavor to it. Tastes like a candy bar. But we did do a taste test on it on the YouTube channel at Justin Hallman. Guys, if you're watching, go smack that subscribe button. Trying to hit 150 subscribers. We're getting pretty close as it is. We're about, I think, 20 away from hitting that. And once we do hit that 150 subscriber mark, we'll be doing a bottle giveaway. But I keep forgetting that you guys are at different camera angles. But back to the Yuengling. So the weird thing, when I got this drink, I was kind of nervous. I do like milk stouts for what they are. Not a huge fan of milk stouts, but I will drink them if I have to or if I have one. When I seen this and I bought it, I was like, this is going to be dark. It's going to be real heavy. It's going to be a real thick drink because of the chocolate that's in it. But however, it is actually the total opposite. It actually, to me, it tastes really good. It's really smooth, has a nice chocolatey taste, like a candy bar in there. Pretty lady says it tastes like butt water, but yeah, sometimes her taste buds are better than mine, I guess. Then again, I'm not picky. I drink just about anything, and I'll eat just about anything. So we just kind of ramble about that. Like, I'll eat literally almost everything. Almost. There's a few things. Like chocolate. I don't eat chocolate that often. It makes me like lightheaded and dizzy and real like the sugar inside of chocolate. I don't know because it's so dark or so much sugar in it. It makes me nauseous. Almost want to vomit. So I don't really eat chocolate. If I do eat it, it has to be like a very little bit's worth. And then I tried this, and it has no effect on me. I can drink it. It tastes like a candy bar. It's really good, really soft, really smooth. And I don't get that after effect from what I usually get when I do drink chocolate. But tonight's drinks are very interestingly mixed together. So I usually do Miller Monday where I drink Miller Lite. Like usual, I drink Miller Lite in every video. But I wanted to do something a little different. So we got the Yuengling Hershey's here. And even the drink for the night's a little different. We're not even doing a standard bourbon or a standard Scotch whiskey, standard anything you want to think of. It is something that is quite different and its own. It is called Jeremiah Weed, and it is a awesome whiskey. It is not your normal whiskey though. I've had this bottle for a while. It is an awesome, interesting bottle. There's got a lot going on. On the front, it says Jeremiah Weed, a strangely delicious libation, I don't know what that word means, of whiskey and spices. Savor, a sip, or still a nip. Perfect for your mouth. 70.4 proof, 32% alcohol. It says, ladies and gentlemen, step right up to the world's most entertaining whiskey, a strangely delicious drink of whiskey and spice, surely to bewilder and amaze, a shot or mixed and way you like it, or any way you like it. It's magic in your mouth. It's showtime, people. So put down your phones and raise your glass because friends, Jeremiah Weed are friends indeed. Anna says, are you becoming a professional alcoholic? LLJK. I'm trying, honestly. It's a good life to live. You get people to watch you drink alcohol, and then they're like, hey, let's pay this guy to drink alcohol. But no, you'd be amazed at how many people call me an alcoholic because I do YouTube videos on alcohol. My day consists, I may drink something every day, but it's like this much is worth of that every day. But usually my live videos are a little bit more, but that's okay. At first, now I was drinking a lot in the videos. In the live videos, I was drinking a lot. I was trying like 3 different bottles of video because I was trying to figure out. At first, I was kind of new to it. I'm used to making 10-minute videos on YouTube, 10 minutes or less. And then I go to doing hour-long live videos, and it's like, how do I fill an hour's worth of chatting with one drink? So I was like, I can't do that. So I started separating it up into increments, and then after I've done it for a few weeks, I started to learn how to actually manipulate the conversations into lasting longer with like one bottle instead of drinking several others. So I'll drink like a beer in the beginning to warm up everything, talk about some things, and then I'll get to the whiskey for about most of it. And then the ending, I'll actually go into another beer, and then we'll de-escalate and call and go down the video. I'm just messing up. I know. It's all fun games. I ain't worried. How's everything been going for you? I know I ain't seen you since probably before I deployed. I think the last time I seen you was at Zippers. You know how us military personnel can be. I know. We need our fair share of alcohol. And thank you, darling, for all the likes, pretty lady. Best supporter I got. But the really great thing is, even if I never get paid to do this, or if 2 years from now or a year, like 30 days from now, I never make another video, I still get to try all these different drinks. I get to learn tastes and learn what I like, what I don't like, what's good, what's not good, what's a good way to manipulate drinks, what's the best mixed drink, what's not a good mixed drink, how to mix different things. Going good, bud? That's great. I'm glad. But like it has showed me a lot of different ways to enjoy a drink. Like when I first started drinking whiskey, I would not drink it off the shelf. I would drink it cold because that's just how I usually drank it. It was cold. And then a buddy was like, no, you should drink it warm. Try to drink it warm, like shelf temperature, and then try to learn how to do different types of drinks. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we could do that. And then I started drinking them straight off the shelf. Changed my drinking life completely. I started to taste different things, smell different things. And then my buddy bought me a 12 Days of Christmas last year. And 12 Days of Christmas, they bought me a party pack, and they bought me 2 bottles for the channel. Fucking hiccups. And that's essentially what actually started the channel. Is I'd done a 12 Days of Christmas, and then I'd done a party pack, and then here we are, 300 and almost 30 videos later, and a little over 100 subscribers, pushing 150, and yeah, that's what we do. I'm able to post videos 7 days a week. I go live now 3 days a week because I was able to upgrade to a camera to where I can go live on YouTube. I have a ring light, getting ready to possibly get a new ring light and just advance over time. And hopefully my channel does take off on YouTube. If not, it doesn't. It's not about the numbers. It's about learning and meeting the people that I do meet. I have some people that watch my channel all the time. I have some people that don't watch it that often, but they do recommend things. So it's kind of, I'm so close to the ABC store guy down the road that he refers me drinks when I go in there. He's like, hey, buddy, what are you doing today? I was like, I don't know yet. He says, hey, how about you try this? And that's how I bought like the last 6 bottles. We've bounced anywhere from brandies to scotches to vodkas to bourbons to literally just about anything all across the board. And actually, he helped me buy this one and the Ezra Brooks. This one I wanted for a while. Tin Cup I wanted for a while, but the last few that I've bought has been because of the actual ABC store guy, which is actually pretty cool. You make friends in weird places when you never know you're gonna make friends, and it's not one of those friends like you talk to, but it's one of those friends that you see a lot. I go to the ABC store here recently. I haven't been as much because I've had different kind of content coming in and out, so I haven't really had to go to the ABC store as much. But when the channel first started, I started out with the best way. I wanted to create a channel where people could go out and find these whiskeys relatively easy, and they're cheap. It's not like you're going to go out and have to go spend $80, $90 on a bottle of whiskey or scotch or brandy or anything to have a good taste. Now, granted, I have had upwards in the $150, $160 bottle ranges, but majority of my videos are $40 or less. And it's really beneficial to people that are wanting to try new things. That way they can open up to new drinks and that aren't really, half the time I can find more than likely a bottle that's cheaper than your favorite bottle. And most of the time. It just depends on your preference and your taste and what you actually enjoy inside your drink and in your whiskeys. Because if you don't necessarily enjoy a bunch of different floral scents, nutty notes, fruitiness, then you're not really going to enjoy a bunch of different whiskeys. You're going to want something kind of the same. I forgot Facebook can't see what I have over here. So let's move you over. I got to get a new table. Me and Cody actually talked about it the other day. I need a table. This one squeaks and wiggles and jiggles all over the place. I've actually thought about starting doing my videos a little bit differently as well coming up. I think we're going to kind of cut back a little bit. We're going to continue to do lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we're going to, I think, move to making videos Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. but there's still 7 days of content, just kind of split up into different variety of content. That way I'm not spending all my time making videos, because it has been that way a lot lately. Because I've been working on the car, working on this, working on that, trying to work on a video, working on a live, and then working, and then we got a big boss guy coming in, so they're working us overtime and stuff. So I've had a lot of little time recently, and I just kind of want to be able to have a lot more time, I guess you could say. Kind of being stingy with my time at the moment. But we will still be doing videos every single day. Just going to be differently on how they come out. I really need to I keep forgetting to bring one in here. I don't have a coaster laying anywhere in here, or anything I could use for a coaster. That would not suffice for a coaster. Facebook also flagged my stuff again. I listened to the Coffee Shop on YouTube. It's a 24/7 live stream of random beats, and I get for it. It's weird. And then also, if you guys don't know, the last few days have been kind of weird. So Saturday night, my mom's car got stole from her house around midnight. Yesterday, we were out looking for it and everything else. Nobody's seen it. Cops told her to give it a few days. They took the VIN, and they went through everything trying to find it and everything else like that. And she was like, they said, give it a few days. Maybe it'll turn it up. We'll find it, something like that. Well, so Mom starts looking to trade her motorcycle. That way she can get her another car. And because at this point, we're just like, it's a lost cause. We're not going to find it. It's gone. We're going to figure something out. And, well, today she texted me actually about an hour ago. When I got off work, she told me that they had found it. It got totaled in another, about 2 counties over. It got totaled, and it was standing in like almost a foot of water, totaled. And she was like, well, that sucks. That's terrible. And then about less than an hour ago, maybe a little more, a little less, my mother texted me again, and she was like, a lady just called me and sent me this picture of my car, and it was her car on the other side, about 2 counties the other direction. So where they found it today is like 2 or 3 counties that way. Where they found it yesterday, it was about 2 or 3 counties over yonder. So I was like, where is it at? And then she was like, well, I just took my happy ass over yonder to find it. Well, she didn't see it there or anything else like that. So tomorrow, they're going to let her go look at her car, make sure her stuff's in there, get what she needs out of it to hopefully go get that new car tomorrow as well. So at the end of the day, at least they found it, possibly. We're not entirely sure it's hers yet. I think it is, but we're not sure. Hopefully her stuff's still inside it that she needs, her important items. But at the end of the day, it really sucks because it's something that happens like that so close to home, and literally my mom so close to home, but to happen like in such a rural area too, it has to be, I feel like, in my opinion, it's hard to trust people anyway. So I kind of feel like it's somebody that she knows or knows her that done it, because the way they keep their house and everything set up, you'd have to hang out there to know. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're all just lucky that the cops found it and we didn't, because my family's a little bit different than most families. Not to really say we're white trash, but we're not one to turn down a fight either. And once you go stealing our stuff, that opens up the game to a whole new ballgame. Like I was mad yesterday, and I was so mad I was excited to find that car. Like I drove around town. I drove around to some of the neighborhoods where I thought it could be at, because there's some bad things in those neighborhoods. There's neighborhoods that I went into that normally people don't go in, cops don't go in. I drove around wherever I thought I could find it, and I drove, and I went. I was looking for that car. I wanted to find it. I wanted to find who was in that car. because I was ready. And but I didn't find it. I went home, came home pretty late, and hung out a little bit. And then today we got the news that they found it, which is a good thing. I'm glad they did find it because my mother was pissed off, my stepdad was pissed off, I was pissed off, my sister was pissed off. Everybody in my family was pretty bad about it. So that's not the side of the family you want to be in. It's not. It's a terrible side. Mostly because I'm a mama's boy anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm a mama's boy. But at the end of the day, all prevails. We found it. Now it's all about waiting and see what happens. Kind of much like me at work right now, we're still trying to wait. We have, like I said, we have a big boss man coming in this week, and we're still waiting to figure out what management's doing with us to decide whether or not we're going to have a job or where we're going to be at if we do have a job. But on the bright side, everything happens for a reason. Everything comes and goes. Things get bought. Things get stolen. Things get moved or forgotten. But the great thing about things getting taken or forgotten or broken is the opportunity for something else to fill its place. The opportunity for you to get something new, a better direction. The great thing about this car is it's been giving my mom so much trouble lately. So, I mean, maybe it was a blessing in disguise that, hey, you need to get something different. You're sinking money into something that you shouldn't be doing. Maybe it's just like a blessing in that disguise. Like me with the blue car. I continuously always have to work on the blue car, right? So maybe that's a lesson to me that I need to just sell the blue car, right? Because why should I daily a 31-year-old race car? There's no point in it. But, I mean, everything happens for a reason. Everything has an equal and opposite return. So I'm just excited, and I'm happy that they at least found the car. So at least tomorrow she'll be able to go check it out and see. And it's just a huge thanks to everybody that shared it. I shared it, and I know a lot of people shared it from my mom. Some of my friends shared it off my page. And all you guys that were looking out for it, thank you, because that helps out more than you know, especially in such a small area that we live in. You're bound to find what you're looking for. Trust me. There's too many nosy people in the area to even think about not finding what you lost, because somebody somewhere seen Joe up the road take it to Bob down the street because Bob needed the money because he owed Larry this. Trust me, there's always somebody that knows something about something. So it is what it is. But, however, we're going to finish up this beer, and we're going to jump right into our whiskey of the evening because I'm excited to drink it. Weird. I'm going to set it in the floor, though, because it is so much wet. Mama commented and said, yes, thanks to all who shared. You guys are awesome. And you are. Because I'm not sure who all shared it, but you guys are awesome. If it wasn't for you guys, who knows? We may have never found it. The cops may have never found it. Whoever drove by and seen the car totaled right there, whoever called that in, thank you. You mean you never know who does what and how. It makes you worry. It makes you think about things like that and like who's really snooping around your house, you know? Because it could be anybody snooping around your house and you don't know it. You could be asleep and stuff like that. So that's why it's good to have cameras set up, have a security system set up. Me here, I am very paranoid about a lot of different things. So I check doors, I check windows, I check them 60 billion times before I go to bed. I make sure my doors on the car is locked. I make sure pretty ladies' doors are locked up. I make sure everything outside's put away. I don't leave anything laying around because you never know when Leroy Jenkins is going to show up and take whatever he feels needs goes in his pockets. We live in a bad time right now where everything and anything's a target. And just saying, my stuff's the wrong target. If you get the notion to fuck with anything, make sure it's not me because I'm the wrong one. Our family is the wrong one. I promise. Like I said before, you're probably lucky that the cops and whoever found the car and we did. Because if it would have been us, it would probably been a different outcome. I guarantee you. We're going to jump into this whiskey because whiskey makes everybody happy. And especially this one. This one is a rare whiskey that I've never had. It's not even really rare, but it tastes rare because I've never had anything that tastes like it. It's called Jeremiah Weed. And the really cool thing about it, and the reason why I like it so much, is the flavor, obviously. So growing up, my pops, every time I would ride with him out on the road or go over to his house, he was always drinking root beer. Root beer was his drink, still is one of his favorite drinks. Jeremiah Weed, however, tastes and smells just like root beer. Me, myself, I was never really a huge root beer fan until I tried this drink. And now I become more reluctant to drink this because of the flavor that it gives. The ability that it has to taste almost identical to root beer is crazy. It has an astonishing flavor and a great smell that you can't really put past anything else because it smells just like the drink. Mama says, I'm still on the hunt as to who took the car. Believe me, I bet so. I would be too. I'd be definitely looking for who stole it. Hopefully they get what's coming to them, and hopefully it was the ride they really needed. But the great thing, like I said about this one, is it has a very soft nose because it's a relatively known nose. It's something that most people's either had, tried, tasted, smelled, anything. 90% of the people in the South always have root beer. So, I mean, it's great. We even have a root beer candy. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I think it's called Bars. If I'm not mistaken, it's BARRS. They have their own brand. It's the root beer. They also have a candy, a root beer. And then I don't know the name of it, but there's like an old school candy too. It's like all your grandparents usually have it too. It was the barrel candy. It was root beer, grape, orange, and a few. I think there was a couple others. Not like your bottle caps. That was different. But these were actual barrel candies. It was shaped like a barrel. And the pun intended for root beer is because most beer kind of comes through a process through a barrel. So you get the outcome of a little bitty barrel. It's like your whiskeys. They come out of casks, like your Jameson. They take an IPA cask or a stout cask, and they make their whiskeys now out of them, which is really awesome. I have had the Jameson Stout. I've had the Jameson Black and the Jameson Regular. I do want to try the IPA Jameson and I think there's another Jameson that I want to try. I've also been told that Proper 12 is local, so I'm probably going to try and get some of that really, really soon, probably this week. There's a lot of plans this week. There's a lot. But we will all let it unfold as it goes. I don't want to spoil anything because there's a lot of great ideas coming. My cousin being one of the ones that's helped me out a ton of ideas, and one of our really good friends that we met a while ago on Discord and stuff through his streams has helped me out a ton with these. So we got some really good ideas coming up. I'm excited. But back to the whiskey. If you've never bought Jeremiah Weed, go buy it. I cannot remember how much it is. And I don't have my other phone on me to check. The other keyboard is way over there. I do believe, I want to say it's in between the $20 and $30 range. Maybe wrong, maybe a little less, but it is no more than $30. I am not positive. One of the better whiskeys that I've bought, flavored-wise, than I have, obviously your normals are really good, like your regular Jacks that have flavors, your Jims that are flavored, your Crowns and stuff like that. Those are always going to be good because they're really name brand drinks, and that's what they're known for. They're known for their flavor. But to be like an offset drink and an offset flavor from anything else that you've ever really like tried or bought, it is something that's worth trying and worth buying for sure. Pretty Lenny tagged me in a post. It has a sweet taste with a great finish. It's sweet but sour at the same time. It's a Sour Patch Kid. No, it's not. But something that has an awesome flavor that you can't really get past. If you're a root beer fan, it's gonna be a whiskey for you for sure. And when you buy it, you wouldn't tell. There's nothing on here that says root beer. It says American blended whiskeys with spices and other natural flavors. The Curious Sarsaparilla whiskey, world's most extraordinary whiskey in the world. Yeah, there's nothing on here that says anything about tasting like root beer until you open it and drink it. There's not one thing. So that being that huge left turn when you take a drink or when you open it and smell it, you're ready for that bourbon, that real strong, heavy like whiskey smell, that earthiness, that oak barrel, and then yet you open this and you're hit with like root beer, and you're like, root beer? What? What is that? What do you mean root beer? I mean root beer. It tastes, smells, and kind of looks like root beer. To a T, too. There's no whiskey burn. There's no whiskey aftertaste. Nothing. It's root beer. 100%. Tastes, smells like it. Just has an awesome flavor. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan when it comes to root beer. Root beer's never really been my drink of choice. I don't just go to a restaurant like, yeah, let me get a root beer, please. No. However, we have tried root beer floats. Or kind of. We didn't really make a root beer float. We tried to make a root beer float. It didn't work. But we're going to probably try again. I kind of want to try it with the new eggnog drink I made. I should probably finish that pretty soon, too. I made eggnog and Southern Comfort not too long ago. If you want to check that out, go check out the YouTube channel at Justin Hallman. That is me. You'll find me there. Hit that subscribe button. Be part of the family. We're great. You don't want to miss it. There's still people, like, I try to keep things socially different from, like, work and stuff. And then it's just weird when, like, I heard somebody say, you make YouTube videos. Yeah, I do. I do make videos. I do stuff like that. And then you just kind of, like, shrug it off. You don't really worry about it anymore. I mean, like, I have people I went to high school with that don't even recognize who I am anymore. So I'm okay with that. If we went to high school together and you don't recognize what I look like when you see me out in public, then you probably don't need to recognize who I am out in public, because we are not that close friends. But then again, you never know. Everybody's used to a babyface Justin, but that's no longer the truth. I've had a beard for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in January. Granted, I have cut it all off once, which was Pretty Lady's fault. I blame her. I didn't shave at all my face for like a year and a half, and it was like bushy. It was bad. Pretty Lady was like, let's go ahead and trim it, because it was getting a little rough. You can look back in the videos on YouTube and see it. But when she was trimming it, and I was like, how short are you going? And she was like, I'm not going that short. It's okay. And I was like, are you sure it's okay? It feels kind of light. I was like, I've had this beard for a little over a year and a half now. I can kind of feel the weight change from my face. And she was like, it's okay. It's not that much. But it kind of was a lot, but it wasn't. Like straightened. I could straighten my beard, and if I looked down, the beard would probably touch the top of this helicopter right here, at least the propellers. I could straighten my goatee, and I could pull it up to like right here on my goatee. It was great. And she got rid of all of it. And she mentioned the other day that it was getting long again. So we'll see. We might cut it again. Like a babyface. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? Babyface Hallman might be the thing. Babyface and bald. New world story. Babyface and bald in the world of 2020. How's it for you? How's it going? Yeah, because that's what it is. Babyface and Bald in 2020. How to Rogaine 2021. That's great. But like I said, this isn't a very potent whiskey. It's only 70 proof, so it's a little lighter than most of your other whiskeys, but it's still kind of stronger than a lot more of your other flavored whiskeys. Because a lot of time your flavored whiskeys are really light because they have the syrup in it and the sugars and everything that's inside of it make for a very minuscule alcohol content because of the sugars and stuff that are inside of it. So. And the cool thing is the glass, the bottle. It's not your like round bottle. It actually is flat and then flat, not round, but it comes over, angles, flat, and then flat, all the way around. And that doesn't really have one round spot except for the neck. It's round around here. But like I was saying, the edges are flat. They're not even round. So I thought the bottle was really pretty cool when I bought it. And it has a huge like enunciation to the bottle. I've said it a billion times on here. Whenever I go to buy a bottle, I buy from the story. I buy from the attraction of the bottle. And from the top hat and the face being the words and then coming to the back and then more words coming out of the top hat. It was just so much. And the colors going together with the vanilla white and like the goldish copper brown. It was just an awesome layout of a bottle. And it was one of the better and best designed bottles that I have bought that is actually on the channel. All the other bottles are pretty plain. They have their normal logos and they kind of run their regular brand that way. Very systematically, where it's all the exact same thing as pretty much everything else. Michelle, look, you can see the room. The room looks great, doesn't it? I don't know if you've ever seen the house before, like actually walked through the house, but this is what it looks like now. Looks great. I love it. Sounds like a door. But yeah, every time I drink this, it just reminds me of my pops. Mostly because, like I said, it reminds me of my pops because of the root beer. Would be riding down the road, and he's a dipper, and he drinks one bottle of root beer and then spits in another bottle of root beer, which is so weird because the colors of the bottles is really hard to negate the difference. So, I mean, it is what it is. Thank you, Daniel, for the likes. Anybody that's watching, have not done it yet, I don't know how many's watching. I don't check numbers. I don't look at numbers. I have the numbers hidden. Go check out the YouTube channel at Justin Hallman. Guys, smack that subscribe button. Become part of that family that we are growing there. Pushing 150 subscribers. We are getting so close. But yeah. Bourbon. It's like, I think Jelly Roll says, bourbon heals my scars. Kind of not. They kind of make more scars. Bourbon definitely makes more scars than it hits. That's for sure. Depends on how hard you hit things. It's great. But yeah, this week's been pretty eventful. I'm excited to see where it continues to go. Hopefully it keeps going in the right direction. A lot of the next things that happens in the next few weeks will determine a whole lot of things. I may be selling the blue car. I may not be selling the blue car. We don't know. Whatever happens in the next few weeks will determine that. I don't necessarily want to sell the blue car, but it kind of makes more sense to sell the blue car because I can always buy another one, And even if I sell the 89, I still have my 66. So, I mean, it's not like I'm losing my Mustang. I still have a Mustang. And for you that are watching and don't know, I have two Mustangs. I have a 66 Mustang Coupe, and I have an 89 Mustang. Well, the Mustang 89 is a GT. I also have a 53 Chevy. I have a 98 Sonoma that I need to get rid of. And Pretty Lady has her Jeep. Cheers, guys, to a new drink. If you have not tried it, Jeremiah Weed. Awesome drink, awesome flavor, wonderful buy, purchase, whatever you want to call it. Worth the money, less than your $30, so it's about a mid-shelf buy. So, worth it. Cheers. And it's so smooth. You can't beat such a smooth drink. Honestly, it's just really hard to beat such a smooth drink. But, however, we will be going to Tinkle in this moment. So I'll be right back. And I have another story for you guys when I come back to you. Ignore my bare feet, too. Huh? Hey, we're back, guys. I'm grabbing another beer, ending up, and tell you guys my story. My nose is running. It's gonna run away. Okay, so I'm weird. I like to be hygienic, especially with everything going around right now. I don't never really get sick, but you honestly really never know either. Because I talk about not getting sick all the time, but I might wake up in the morning and keep my guts up, right? So I was sitting there, and as usual, I use the bathroom like normal. I go to the bathroom to go pee. Well, I walk into the bathroom, normal routine, no matter what I'm doing. I go to the bathroom. I wash my hands. I use the bathroom. I wash my hands again. I don't know about you guys, but I touch a lot of things that a lot of other people touch, and then I don't want to go to the bathroom and touch my dangly bits and have people just germs, I've always done that. I've always washed my hands before I use the bathroom and then use the bathroom. Now, especially since I work in a grocery side now of where I work, Wally World, I wash my hands very frequently, especially with everybody that gets sick right now. I touch everything that's over there, so I need to make sure that I'm clean and I'm very hygienic. Well, I go in the bathroom, as per usual, towards the end of the day, and I'm washing my hands. The reason why I'm washing mine this time is because I was doing some claims, and I had some creamer spill, and it was French vanilla silk, maybe. It might not have been creamer, I don't remember, but it's French vanilla something. And it spilled all over my hands. So I went to go wash my hands. And after I washed my hands, I used the bathroom. And this guy's like, stupid weirdo, thinking that everybody's mind controlling him. And I was like, huh. Well, if I wasn't on the clock, this would be a different story than what it's going to be. But I looked at him, and he looked at me, and he was like, shrugged his shoulders and walked off. And I was like, you know what? You can have this one. I'm going to let you have this one because I need my job. I like my job. So we're just going to kind of let this one go. But guys, if you're watching and you're one of those anti-mask wearers, I don't care. I really don't. I don't like wearing the mask. I have a beard. I have a mustache. Shit's annoying. If I'm not on the clock, I don't wear it. But I wash my hands. I'm a clean person. If you do not wash your hands, you are a dirty SOB. Wash your hands. Clean yourself. Because if you don't, then you're just stupid. Come on, guys. I don't know why it takes a pandemic to happen for you to not touch your face 60 billion times a day. When you were a baby growing up or a child, how many times did your parents slap your hand and tell you to stop touching your face or stop digging in your mouth? Are you dumb or dumb? You need a stupid lesson or a stupid lesson. Don't rub your face without cleaning your hands. I mean, we grew up in a weird environment. I grew up in, not really necessarily. So I grew up in the 90s, but I grew up in the lifestyle of the 70s and 80s. So trust me, the dirt is a friend to me, and then some. So don't sit here and be like, well, you ain't country. You don't like to get dirty. No, that is not the case. I, next to the next person, will get dirty and not worry about getting my hands clean before I go and do something else. But when it comes to the public safety of everybody else who has to touch or consume something that I have to handle, then yes, I'm going to make sure I'm clean. No matter what I do, I have to make sure that the customer is not touching something that is going to harm them. Spivey says I play with my goober, then shake hands with the crop dust people. Oh, and crop dust people. I thought you said with the crop dust people. All right, that's the best way to leave the bathroom. It's like going to if you've ever been to a ball game with your pops or a ball game in general, 90% of them ballparks, if it's a true ballpark, they have a trough. They don't have urinals. They have a trough. Men, you know what a trough is. And that is an interesting place to witness. There is no, you don't pee next to me. You skip a urinal and then you pee. No, you stand in a line and you all pee. that's how that works. It's a trough. It ain't a urinal. Take the word trough and put it in the bathroom, and that's what you get. Stuff's great. You can't make this stuff up. I have stories that I can tell you guys for days, honestly. I really do. Especially the ones with me and my cousin. Me and my cousin lived a reckless life. We done whatever seemed fit that was fun at the time. Whether it hurt us, killed us, or broke us, we done it. It didn't matter what it was. I've almost been ran over by 18-wheelers, Camaros. I've had bikes go into my shin. I got holes in my shin because of a bike. I've also lost a thumb almost because of playing with pocket knives. I've fallen out of a tree onto a picnic table on my back. There's a bunch of different stories that I could tell you guys that would keep you entertained for days that I have. But some of them just don't need to be told. They're memories to myself, and that's all that matters. Spidey says the latrine. The latrine. I haven't used that word in a while. Even when I was in the Army, I didn't use it that much. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Now, when we was overseas, they used it. There were more people that used it than others. But I still just use sit bathroom. I mean, only bathroom. The abbreviations for things and the different verbiage was not hard to learn, but nobody used it anymore. It was weird. The only time I really used it, all the lineage and everything else, if I'm using that word correctly, is basic training. Outside of basic, we didn't use those kind of words at all. We barely used. The only thing we always used was still military time. That was it. We continued to do basic things, marches, weapon training. You got a lot of your basic skills we still done, but it's you lost the alphabet. You lost a lot of things that was very needed, and a lot of things. There's a lot of things you could ask certain newcomers, and they're like, "Well, I don't know what that is. We didn't get taught that. Did you get taught that? I don't know what that is." And it's all with this soft army bull. That's what it is, honestly. There's no reason why you need a safety card at basic. Can't handle it, don't go. You don't need that safety crap. If you need a card because your drill sergeant yells at you too much and cusses at you and puts his hands on you, then you shouldn't go. If you can't handle somebody putting their hands on you, then you shouldn't be in the military going to defend our country because you can't handle somebody putting their hands on you. You don't need a safe space. Take your safe space and your safe bullshit back home. We don't want you. I don't want you. I ain't even in it anymore. And I don't want it. Dumb. Stupid. If you can't handle the bullshit, don't jump into the bullshit. I don't usually cuss that much on here, but shit. It's worth it. If you're going to go and you're going to sign a contract for your life to go fight for a country and possibly die and do that kind of stuff, not everybody does that, but some people go in to do that, and you cannot handle physically somebody yelling at you, cussing at you, putting their hands on you and shoving you, and you need a safety card because their push-ups are too much for you and their physical assessment is too much for you, then don't go. Stay at home in your mommy's house and let them pay for your stuff while the real men go out there and do what you're supposed to do. That's just my opinion. Whether you like it or you don't, I don't really care. This is my opinion. And this is America. And I get my free opinion because of the men that went over and done that stuff. So I'm going to drink my beer that's imported out of America. It's great. It's great. I love it. Ranting and raving. It's fun. Good old Yingamoling. I really wish I could find my other one. But I don't know what I did with it. I lost it somewhere. And it's too loud for me to bust bottle tops off the side of my table. So, in my day, if you said or done the wrong thing, they went upside your head. Yeah, and I believe that's how it should still be. I heard stories. My stepdad, David, five of you know David, he told me stories about when he was in. They would literally beat the crap out of you if you didn't listen. Because fucking listen. Just do what you're told, man. That's all it takes is to do what you're told. My grandfather, he would tell me stories. My uncle, he told me some stories before he passed. Just do what you're told. It's simple as that. Do as you're told. And the people that go in there like, well, I can't. No, nobody's ever going to yell at me. Nobody's ever I'm not going to let a drill sergeant yell at me. I'll punch him in the mouth. All right. Do it. I want to watch. I want to see it. I want to see some weird little kid punch a drill sergeant in the mouth that has served several tours and possibly blown up. So let me see how that works out for you. And a lot of people complained, like when I was in, it still wasn't, it was easy. I mean, it wasn't like it was bad. They didn't hit us or anything. They didn't really cuss. They cussed a lot. They told us a lot of stories and they roughed us up a little bit. That's it. I mean, it wasn't terrible. But it was all for a purpose. I mean, yeah. Join the military, for Christ's sake. Let me join the military, but if I break a nail, I'm done. I can't do it anymore if I keep breaking my nails. They cost a lot. Now, you got some people that only do it for college, which that's fine. I understand that. There's some people just can't afford college. I couldn't afford college. But, hey, do what you got to do. We were always going, go ahead, badass, tell that airborne ranger that shit. Yeah, that's how I feel. I want some of these young kids to walk up to Vietnam vets, early Iraqi vets, Desert Storm vets, the World War II vets that are still alive. Go up to them, and I guarantee you they'll still kick that ass. I've met some badass old men that would rock my world. So, I mean, I ain't even about that life. They can have all that. I didn't join to go out and be hua and shoot down the world. That wasn't me. That wasn't what I done. I built stuff. I made sure people had a place to go if they needed to doing bad things. It's all down to leadership, too. It's like cops. Everybody hates cops right now. Cool. Hate the cops. But like the good ones. Know the difference. And also know the difference in leadership and delegacy. So this captain tells this lieutenant that tells this sergeant that tells this officer to do what to do. So he follows his order that was told by his officer, that was told by his officer, that was told by his leading officer. And that's what you got to do. You got to do what you're told, no questions asked. And that's how life goes. And there's a lot of people who's like, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I probably wouldn't have done so good in the military because I don't like to take orders. Well, you take those orders. You do as you're told. No matter if you have questions or not. They'll beat the questions out of you. That's not how that works. You listen to the rank system, you do what you're told, and you live life normally. It builds a structure. It builds a person. It creates a decency inside of a person. But you never know. Some people are just different, I guess. Did you try the Bushmills? No, not yet. I am making an ABC store run probably Wednesday. I have, I think, a few bottles there that I have a few people that are asking me to try, and I'm going to be getting some mountain water in, too. And then we're going to be doing a few other segments, too, that it will be in soon. But I'll make sure when I do get the Bushmills that I'll do the video live of the taste testing. So I'll also tag you in it and stuff like that. So what I'm going to be trying to do is those who do request, I want to tag them in it, congratulate them, and thank them, or hate them, depending on how it tastes. So we'll see. This one here is actually the new one that I bought recently. It is Yuengling Hershey's. It is really good if you like chocolate, unless you're a pretty lady. She didn't like it. She says it tastes like butt water. So it's all in preference, I guess. And guys, if you're curious on going through a store and you're trying to buy this Yuengling Hershey's, this is the box and this is what it looks like. Yuengling Hershey's. That's what it looks like. That way you're able to get the right one. Obviously, a lot of people are reluctant to that. So if you're looking for it, that's how you get it. That's what the box looks like. My opinion, it's really good. I like it. Tastes great, smooth, has an awesome finish. Pretty Lady, like I said, didn't like it. I've referred it to a couple other people that said that they were going to try it, so I'll see what they think other than what Pretty Lady says. But Pretty Lady usually has a better taste for things than I do, so we will see. Facebook and YouTube. YouTube primarily because I'm clicking you first. Again, so guys, y'all have a wonderful night. If you're watching and you still have not done it, please go smack that subscribe button on the YouTube channel at Justin Hallman. That is my YouTube channel. You will find me there. I look like the dibblest junior there is. I'm sure you'll recognize me. Guys, thanks for watching on YouTube. You guys are awesome and a blessing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another brand new video as always for Tuesday. I'll see you then, guys. You have a great night.